Welcome back to the Lemon Factor. I'm Chad, and today I'm heading back to the dyno for the third time with our Mark V Toyota GR Supra. Cross your fingers, hopefully this will be the time where we can finally get our baseline dyno figures for a project car. So I want to do this before moving on to additional modifications so that we have something to compare to, so that when we install modifications like a downpipe, an air intake, an exhaust, whatever it might be, we can see exactly how much horsepower and how much torque you could potentially gain from that modification. But we've had some problems. The first time around, I broke my ride height sensor when we were strapping the car down to the dyno. The second time around, we did get one dyno run, and then after that, I had a bunch of error codes, and I was really afraid that we had done the same thing in that we broke the ride height sensor. Luckily though, that wasn't the case. This car is really finicky on the dyno. It really requires a very specific process to get it into dyno mode, and then very touchy as far as what you do in between runs. So hopefully we have things figured out. Hopefully in this video, we'll be able to get some consistent runs so that we have a really good idea of how much horsepower, how much torque we are putting down to the wheels on our Mark V Toyota GR Supra. One more thing, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing, turning on notifications. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Remember, this is our second project car, the first one being a 2019 Honda Accord 2.0 Touring, and now we have the 2023 Toyota GR Supra. We are going to take a look at what modifications are available. We're going to install the modifications. I'll take you through the install process. We are going to then take it to the dyno to see exactly how much horsepower and torque the modifications produce, and we're going to take it to the track. We're going to do the quarter mile, 0 to 60 runs. We're going to see what the power translates to as far as improved quarter mile times and 0 to 60 times. This video, if you found it helpful, if you found it entertaining, if you want to help support the Lemon Factor, please consider hitting that super thanks button that can be found at the bottom of the video. I am so glad we were finally able to figure out how to dyno test the Mark V Toyota Supra. I think we were rewarded with some pretty healthy horsepower and torque figures. So honestly, I thought it would produce maybe 330 to 350 wheel horsepower because that's what I see. That's, you know, from my research, that's what I've noticed to be the range for a totally stock Toyota Supra. We have very consistent runs. Each one of the 4 runs were fairly consistent. The peak numbers are off a little bit, but if you look at the graph, they're on top of one another. So I'm very happy with that. I'm amazed with how much horsepower and torque we produced. Again, this is a stock car. I have no modifications on it whatsoever. So for us to produce over 400 wheel horsepower, that's astonishing. Maybe we had the highest stock horsepower Mark V Toyota Supra. It's at least the highest numbers I've seen out of the Mark V, but nonetheless, we did it. The next step is we're gonna put on the JB4. We're gonna enable the JB4. We're gonna take a look at map 2, the off-the-shelf map. We're gonna take a look at our custom map that we've been working on with Jesse DaBears. We're going to see how much horsepower we gain from the off-the-shelf and how much horsepower we gain from a custom tune. We're also gonna take it to the track. I wanna see how fast this car is on the quarter-mile track, especially now that we see how much horsepower it produces. So we'll be doing that really soon. If you'd like to see it, don't forget, subscribe and turn on notifications. With that said, I think we're done for today. I want to thank you very much for joining, and until next time.